Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be reacting to my expectations video that I made about D1 year. I'm going to react to the 5 expectations that I made in that video. You can go ahead and watch the full thing if you want. I'm just going to kind of skip to like the actual statements. And then I'm going to end this video with 5 expectations that I wrote down for D2 year since I just started my D2 year recently. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Haley. If this is your first video you're seeing, I'm an incoming D1 at the University of Michigan School of Dentistry and just wrote down 5 expectations on my phone. And the first one is that I won't have time to write out notes. That expectation is half right and half wrong. Do I have time to write out notes? Probably. Did I continue handwriting my notes? No, I did not. Because in the summer, I did do some handwritten study guides and diagrams and things for anatomy. But other than that, I have been a typer of my notes. I still love my iPad and I use it a lot and I still write in Notability. But when I'm making study guides and going through lectures, I'm either typing directly onto a Quizlet to save time instead of typing notes and then putting them onto a Quizlet. I type right into Quizlet and make cards as I go. That's my main study way these days. But my other method is just making a study guide in Google Docs, again, typing. I still use the iPad if I'm going to like review a concept and rewrite it over and over. I'll either use my iPad or a whiteboard, or if I need to make a flowchart or diagram, but that's not like my primary way of taking notes by any means. I could see if we return in person that I might end up writing on slides during class and then going back and typing notes up into a study guide eventually when I got home. But for now, with self-paced online classes, I like typing notes. It saves a ton of time. It's so much faster than writing, and I like to use that time to study or to do other things that I want to do. So did I have time? Maybe, but either way, I don't make time to write out notes anymore. My second expectation is definitely more tailored to my specific D1 year, but I'm expecting we won't have very much time in the sim lab or assisting in clinics due to new safety precautions that are probably going to be put in place if we even get to go to dental school in the fall semester. We have a summer semester. Okay, well, I'm happy to report to past Haley that we did get to go in person in the fall for activities in SimLab. I actually am very pleased with my dental school hands-on experience exposure with all things considered, because I feel like I did have a good amount of SimLab. We had SimLab twice a week, 3 hours at a time, so 6 hours mandatory class. And then you were allotted, anyone could sign up for 6 extra hours in the evenings or on the weekends, and then if there were spots still open, you could sign up for even more. So when we had practicals, sometimes I was in there 3 or 4 times a week extra if need be, or if I was remediating or something towards the end of the semester. So I really think that that expectation was totally wrong. We did get to assist. I don't know how much usually D1s would assist, but I assisted 3 or 4 times this past semester, and this upcoming year in D2 we're going to be assisting very often, like almost every single week. So definitely going to get a lot of clinic exposure this year. The third expectation is that I will be really involved in student organizations because I was an undergrad. That expectation is definitely true. I have been really involved in student organizations in D1 year, mostly as a member and in any leadership positions I could kind of get my hands on that seemed applicable to me. So I'm a member of AO, Alpha Omega Dental Fraternity, and I was just a general member this past year. AAWD, I was Professional Development Chair, American Association of Women Dentists. Our ASDA chapter, I was the pre-dental liaison this past year. I'm also involved in Dental Student Business Association as a general member. I was a member of the Christian Dental Associations where we do weekly Bible studies at our school. I was also a member of Special Care Dentistry Association. That's one I'm not continuing my membership into this next school year just for the sake of saving money on club dues. And then the other club that I was a part of is Academy of General Dentistry, or AGD, and that one I was also a general member. But this upcoming year I'll be serving as the vice president for AAWD. I'll also be the lunch and learn coordinator for our ASDA chapter at Michigan, and then I'm also serving on our ASDA district cabinet. So ASDA District 6 is Michigan, Ohio State, Case Western, and West Virginia University's dental schools, all are covered by ASDA District 6. So I'm the communications director running the social media page and website, so definitely follow ASDA District 6 on Instagram. And then I'm also the design specialist, so I kind of oversee the graphics and everything. So those two positions really went hand in hand. That's why I'm doing both executive positions for the cabinet for ASDA District 6. And then for Alpha Omega, I'm on the Special Olympics Planning Committee as well as the D2 Transitions Committee, so I'll be helping the incoming D1s and AO feel more involved and hopefully have a little bit better experience than I did as a D1. I really didn't feel that involved in AO, but I'm gonna give it one more year of a chance and of my dues, because dental fraternity dues are the most expensive of all the organizations you can be involved in dental school. So I'm gonna give it a go for one more year and see if, as we get more in person, I get a little bit more out of it. And then for Christian Dental Association, I will be one of the leaders. So I'll be leading Bible studies along with two other really great dental students. One's in my class and one is a D3. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. And then for SPDL, like the Leadership Book Club, I'm just staying a general member of that for next year too. Funny, if you do watch the video, I list off a lot of those organizations that I did get involved in, that I thought I was gonna get involved in. So yay for past me that I got involved in a lot of the things that I wanted to, so that's great. My fourth expectation is that I will be able to continue my podcast in dental school. This is a more optimistic one, but I would like to continue posting regularly for podcast episodes. YouTube, I'm really not setting much expectations for, because on top of school and everything happening, I assume I won't have too much free time because editing takes. So again, a yes and no expectation answer. Yes, I was able to continue doing the podcast every single week, Monday mornings, 5 a.m. EST. Dental Download Podcast, don't miss it. But I was also able to continue posting on YouTube every single week, sometimes twice a week. Going forward, I'm really sticking to the once a week uploads on Mondays. I'm not gonna be doing twice a week unless I really have a ton of extra content backdated, but once a week videos was totally attainable, and I think a lot of that is due to the virtual learning and a more flexible schedule where I can tailor things to how I want to do it. Once we return in person, that might be more difficult, but this past semester, it really was manageable to be doing full-time dental school, podcasting, and YouTube. Last expectation is that I will find new ways that I study and learn efficiently. I think that I've developed certain study habits that are good, but I'm sure they're not nearly where they need to be. So that expectation is totally true. I wouldn't say that I study better now than I did in undergrad, but I just think that I've improved my studying skills in the sense of being able to handle all the classes, all the credits, like almost 30 credits, so many classes, 12 classes. I feel like I have even better organization skills and time management skills and prioritizing skills. For me, I can't get an A in every single class, I don't think. So I focus on the things that seem most clinically relevant, that I'm most interested in, that I have a natural more ability to excel in. And then for the other classes, I try to do as well as I can still. But I definitely have learned certain study techniques that work for certain types of classes. I do have a video all about how I study in dental school that I can link below, as well as put in a card if you want to go watch that. If this video is prompting you to wonder, wait, so how do you take notes? How do you study? How do you time manage? That's a separate video. So I will link both of those videos below for you. Now I wrote down a couple expectations for D2 year that I wanted to share. I have 5 again. I had 5 for first year, and now I have 5 for second year of dental school. And these are kind of like expectations / hopeful predictions, you know, like putting the good thoughts into the universe, hoping these things happen. My first expectation is I'll be able to manage all of my club roles, but I probably won't take on as much for the upcoming year. So by this time next year, I'll know if I have leadership positions for D3 year is what I mean. And I would imagine that I'm kind of honing in on like 1 or 2 clubs to have leadership rather than being so spread out throughout all of my organizations. I'm not sure if I'll still be a general member of as many either, or if I'll be a member and just not have leadership positions. But you saw earlier in this video that I'm in leadership for almost everything that I'm involved in. That on top of YouTube and podcasting and school is going to take up a lot of time, plus having a life, you know? So I would imagine that I will have a handle on it because I usually do, but I think it will take a bit of a toll and I probably will scale it back for D3 year, but we'll see. The second is that I will continue building connections through my social platforms, so YouTube and podcasting and Instagram, that will allow me to learn more about different practice styles and solidify more of a vision for what I want for my own career. So by that, I just mean that I've been realizing this past year through researching like with the AGD, Academy of General Dentistry, through talking to dentists, whether it be through organizations, through dental school, mostly through social media and podcasting, that there are a lot of different outlooks for what's gonna happen in dentistry in the coming years and what kind of the future of dentistry looks like, what the future of being a general practitioner looks like. I hope that as I continue talking to more people, I can come up with sort of a more of like a business strategy, brand vision for what I want my general dentistry practice to look like and continue making connections. That way I can be on the right path to where I want to be when I graduate. My third prediction is that we will transition to in-person academics as well, because right now we're really only doing clinical components in person. So the prediction is that that transition will take a pretty big toll on me and be really hard. But hopefully it won't. But I would imagine that getting back into the swing of things, getting up really early, being very routine and not having so much flexibility will be kind of draining on me, but I think I'll be able to get a handle on it whenever it does happen. My fourth prediction is that I will have time for my friends outside of dental school. I feel like this will be totally okay, and as I mentioned in another video recently, balance is a huge goal for me for this upcoming year, so I know that by spending time with the important people in my life outside of dental school, it'll really keep me grounded and make me more refreshed and focused when I do get back into school mode, clinical mode, academic mode. My fifth and final prediction is that I will excel more with the hands-on clinical components of D2 year than the academics. That was kind of the notion that I had in D1 year as well. I didn't do poorly in my classes academically, but I wasn't a top student by any means. I was very much at the average or below average on all of our exams, but I did pass most of our practicals. Some practicals I did very well on. So I'm hoping that when we're doing bridges, dentures, crown preps, that's something that comes kind of naturally to me and something that I do well at. All right, that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you next week for a vlog. Get excited.